This is the plaintiff, Jacqueline Veracochia. She says she moved into the defendant's home when she was pregnant, and 2 weeks after being there, a mouse ran across the floor. Soon after that, another mouse ran across the kitchen counter right in front of her face, and she freaked out. The defendant couldn't control the rodent problem, and she wasn't about to have her baby grow up that way, so she moved out. Now the defendant refuses to return her security, so she's suing for $1,650, the amount of her security deposit. This is the defendant, Juan. He says he never had mice in the house and says the plaintiff's using a mouse as an excuse to get out of her lease. In fact, the plaintiff's boyfriend told him they were moving out because his mom was buying them a condo. Due to the late notice and damages, he has every right to withhold and keep her money. He's accused of Mickey Mousing around.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff moved into the defendant's house while she was pregnant and says she found mice there, so she fled. But the defendant is saying that the plaintiff is making the mice stuff up. It's the case of she hates those mices to pieces.
Thank you, Douglas.
Okay, Jacqueline Veracochia.
Yes.
You are suing Juan. You've asked us not to use your last name, so we'll respect that, for $1,650 in security deposit that you say he owes you and has not paid. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, last April 2010, we moved in, me and my boyfriend Jimmy. We moved into Juan's apartment. I was pregnant when we moved in. The next month, actually a year ago today, I had my daughter. And sometime in June...
I can't believe you're here on her one-year birthday. That's awful. Okay.
I know. I know.
You don't have a choice. I'm just saying, let's try to wrap this up. Go ahead.
One night in June, we were all watching TV. It was nighttime, kind of dark, and I saw something run from the kitchen to the back of the TV, which is in the living room. I flipped out, jumped on the couch. I was screaming, I was yelling at him, and it was kind of late at night, so I didn't, I respected that it was late, so we called in the morning. He went and spoke to him in the morning. He also went out.
What was it?
It was a mouse.
Okay.
I knew it was a mouse. My whole family was like, oh, they were making fun of me, saying, you probably just saw something, but I know
what's the other something?
I know what I saw.
I mean, because I can't imagine the other something that would be okay running through your house. Yeah. It was a spirit? What? Yeah. Wasn't a mouse? It was a spirit, you silly girl. Like, what was it?
They said you're tired because, you're up all night with the baby.
They just thought your eyes were playing tricks on you, that there was nothing. Okay, go ahead.
So the next morning, Jimmy went out to the store. He bought a bunch of glue traps and the wooden snapback traps. He set them. He went...
Jimmy, come on up here. What's your last name, Jimmy?
Payout.
Okay. And did you see the mouse that night?
No, I didn't see the mouse. No.
You didn't see the mouse?
No.
Did you see more mice after that?
Yeah. After we set the traps, 2 weeks went by and nothing was caught. I was washing the dishes. He wasn't home. I was washing the dishes. The baby was in the swing. And right behind my faucet, a mouse ran and went down behind the stove.
Okay.
I flipped out again, grabbed the baby, grabbed my phone, and went outside. And I sat outside in front of the house for about an hour to an hour and a half, waiting for him to come home because he couldn't get home, right away.
Did you get the call at work, come home, there's another mouse?
Yeah.
Now, what's your reaction to this when you're, are you his girlfriend or his wife?
This is my girlfriend.
When your girlfriend starts freaking out like that.
Yeah, she don't like that. She's like, she was like screaming at me, like I put the mouse there.
All right, and
I was like, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna tell him. Like, he kept denying there's no mouse, there's no opening. Just kept denying.
Well, did he come over and check the place out?
No, he never came.
Did he send somebody else to come over and check the place out? Did he send an exterminator?
No.
No. Okay, did you ask them to send an exterminator?
I told him what we're gonna do about it, but the second time, he went and bought some 99-cent glue trap, which we already did. We put like 1 million of those.
And nothing was ever caught in any of the glue traps?
And it was mouse dropping everywhere. So she took
pictures of mouse dropping?
Yeah, she has pictures of that.
Okay. Now, when did you move out?
The end of January.
When was your lease supposed to be up?
Well, we didn't have a lease.
You had a month to month?
Yeah.
All right. What kind of notice did you give him?
10 days.
Okay. But you feel that, tell me, he's complaining about the notice. What's your response?
Okay. Well, when Jimmy gave him the last month's rent in January, for January 1st, he made mention to him that, we were thinking.
Jimmy, what'd you say to him on January 1st?
I told him we looking to move. Like, we can't stay here any longer. We might be looking. There's a possibility we're gonna move. We're gonna be.
Okay, but you didn't tell him I'm moving January 31st.
We don't tell them exact
Okay,
date.
so
We
then
said,
what happened?
Just
And
give them
then,
a heads up.
Right.
I'm very close to my parents. My mother knew how upset I was. She didn't, she was upset also
Right.
with the baby being there with that. So
That day, how many times did you see a mouse total? Twice or more?
twice,
And
but throughout after that, I saw mouse droppings in the second and the third bedroom. The second bedroom was Juliet's bedroom, my daughter. By the end of the summer, that was the time she was going to start sleeping in her crib on her own, not in our room in the, bassinet. I would not put her in that room because every time I would sweep in there, I would go back a few days later and right along the wall would be mouse droppings again. Okay. We set traps in there. I bought the Black & Decker, stick in the wall.
Did you ever talk to him about it?
I never did.
You just sent him to talk to him about it?
I did the dirty
He's
work.
more mild-mannered than I
He's more
am.
mild-mannered? Maybe you are the one that should be talking to him then. Okay, so you do not actually speak to him.
No.
Your mom knows how upset you are.
Yes.
In fact, one of the times you moved in with your mom for a few days.
After I saw it run through the behind the faucet, I never, literally when I left with the baby outside, I did not go back into that house for 5 days. Jimmy went and got the clothes and we went straight to my mother's house. And I stayed there for 5 days. That was not fun, but we stayed there. I stayed there for 5 days, hoping that maybe with us not being there, they would come out, or the one would come out. I don't know
Because
how
you
many
had traps
there were.
set up,
right?
so you
And
were
maybe
hoping
it
to
would
trap.
get caught. And we went back, and nothing was caught.
Okay, did anybody ever look for a hole? Because it's fascinating to see.
Yeah.
They actually make a hole just like Tom and Jerry.
Well,
Little semi-loon and the right. Did anybody look for a hole? Did anybody think about hiring an exterminator? These folks are complaining to you about the mice how many times?
Actually, we spoke about it 3 times.
Okay.
Jimmy raised it up in mid-September.
Okay.
And I said, well, the house, as far as I know, this is a mouse-free house.
A mouse-free house?
Basically, correct. We have no problems with that. I have no kind of rodent infections. And I said to him, too, this would be a good idea to keep the door closed of the apartment because there was a few times.
Okay, but did you ever go into the apartment and search for a hole, an access, some way that the house was, other than, you open a door, a mouse comes in. You probably noticed that, though. Usually you find a hole somewhere. Did you ever look for that?
Correct. What happened is I thought I was going to return with some traps, which I did, bought a couple of boxes, and I gave you.
Is the answer to my question yes or no? Did you ever go into the apartment and
yes,
search?
the second time, on the third time, I actually went in there because I had to work underneath the sink. There was, I had to do something else. And I told Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, you see all this, all the holes in the house has been filled with corking and with gray stuff, which is the foam that spans and seals everything around it.
Right, but that had been done before they moved in.
That was done, that was
before
done.
Before they moved in, okay.
Correct.
Did anybody, I'm gonna ask this the last time and then I'm just gonna assume what the answer is. Did anybody ever go through that house and look for a hole that the mouse might be coming in through?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I
Did
personally
you ever
didn't
send
look.
an exterminator?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Now, you guys end up moving, and where do you move to?
My mother's.
Your
She
mother's?
offered for us to come and stay because it's only her and my father.
Okay. Now, you are under the what happens is you break the lease, but you feel you have a right to because it's uninhabitable based on the mouse situation. So you feel you do. I think you're unaware that even on a month to month, you have to give 30 days notice. That's the law. But you feel, Judge, this is different. I think I understand your argument. Judge, this is different because this is disgusting and I don't want to live there and it's uninhabitable, so I don't have to give the notice.
I really didn't want to pay February 1st.
But you think that they're lying, that they were just trying to get out of the lease and that they're ginning up this whole mouse thing bigger than the problem it was. Why? What makes you say that?
So can you move out and flee if there are mice in the place?
I would say no. I would take the side of the landlord. I mean, you have to give the landlord an opportunity to fix the problem. You just can't just head out.
Got your point. If there are mice, are you out?
I would call the nearest exterminator.
Fair enough. Are you out if there are mice?
I would say yes.
How many mice do there have to be?
It's one.
Just one mouse.
Yeah.
One mouse, you're out. Going inside the courtroom.
When I gave him the traps, I said, Jimmy, do me a favor. If you ever catch one, I said to him, or if you see any droppings, let me know. Because I would go and get I would do something farther on this. But I said, if you ever catch one, I said, I'm obsessed. Just, call me and I'll come.
They never caught one, right?
They never caught
one. No, they never caught
so
one.
So I don't believe that's
Why? Just
correct.
because they never caught one, there wasn't one? Are you kidding me?
Well,
Let me say something.
That doesn't mean that. What do they do? Import mouse droppings for the photo? Did they ever show you this or no?
no, they never did.
Right.
No, they never did.
Well, actually, what you said in your answer to the complaint was that her mom or his mom was buying them a condo and that they're just trying to weasel out of.
That's correct.
Where does he get this idea that someone's buying you a condo?
We had spoken about that. I don't know how he got that in his head. My mother
Who
did.
had spoken about that?
Me and my parents had gone.
But was he eavesdropping on your conversation?
No, I never spoke to him. So I don't know if you told him that, then you told him that. He probably did. He probably said that.
But anyway, tell me about that.
So we went and we never bought the condo because, I just felt we're not married and I don't want to go into something like that. And my father didn't want to put it in his name because he's older. He has 2 houses and he doesn't want another mortgage.
Yeah,
so we decided, let's hold off. We're going to stay with them till the end of the summer. They go away for the whole summer. So we're going to be there. We're going to have that time to look and find, another place. And I just want to.
If they had bought a condo in February, I think you would have a much better argument if it turns out that they bought a condo in February, because then that would be why they left to go into the condo. But what they're doing is they're living with her parents, which, as wonderful as I am sure her parents are, don't put that face, girl, because they're going to see this.
No, they are.
As wonderful as her parents are, as supportive as they are, and as generous.
They are.
Listen, stop playing with the desk and nod while I'm talking. As generous as they are, because it is not their place to let you play house in their house, okay?
Right.
They earn their house, you go earn yours. But so as wonderful as they are, it's not the best situation to be a young couple with a baby and move in with your baby. So I really think they left because of the mouse situation. And I don't think that you can keep their security deposit under those circumstances. All right, now, you also laying claim based on some damages?
Well, when they move out, I had to replace the fridge.
Okay.
It was broken up. The 2 bottom drawers, shelves on it, they were broken. They had spacer. It was gone, so they were not holding. So I had to buy another.
Respond to that.
First of all, the fridge was like from 1985.
Okay.
There was nothing damaged on it. There was all rust on the front when we moved in. I tried to scrub it. It still wouldn't come off. I never complained about that because it's an apartment. It's not my place to live, whatever. We did not damage anything in that
do you have
apartment.
pictures of before and after? Was it, in fact, an old fridge that needed replacing anyway? Why should they pay for a new fridge in the apartment?
The fridge was about 6 years old.
Do you have pictures of the damage?
No.
Okay, why would a 6-year-old fridge be worth $500 in an apartment? Okay, we're done. I order you to return the entire security deposit to the plaintiffs, $1,650.
We'll see what the defendant has to say coming out as he takes his time. Are you okay after this case here?
No, I'm not.
You don't like what happened? All right, so come on in. Satisfied how this comes out?
Yes, very happy. Very happy. I'm happy I got my hard-earned money back.
Now, when you saw the mouse, did you scream?
Yeah, I was on top of the couch.
Did you shriek like?
Screaming.
Like, what did it say? Go ahead, shriek like you see a mouse right now. Pretend you see a mouse.
No.
No?
I was flipping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with kids and everything. I mean, that's a
I didn't grow up like that. I didn't, I'm not say, I just didn't grow up like that. And I'm not going to have my daughter in a place where there's mice here and
And how
there.
are the living conditions now for you?
Oh, I'm with my
Where you
mom,
are?
so.
Is
I'm
it
right
a
back
lot
at
nicer
home.
now?
Yeah. I get dinner every
That could be a
night.
problem sometimes, though, too, huh?
No, my parents are great.
Okay. Over to Harvey.
There's something called a warranty of habitability, which is implied in every lease, and that means it has to be a safe, healthy environment, or the tenant can break the lease. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case underway into the courtroom right now.